Hey guys, so I am here at the Archery booth in Las Vegas. This is day one. I'm in the trade show and I'm really excited to tell you about the new S.O.S. So I've had this on my bow for about the last 2 months. I know all of you have been asking and I've kind of been saying, give me some time, let me test it before I give you feedback. So I'm ready to give you that feedback now. Let me just kind of walk you through how my testing and setup went, what I see as benefits, and why I'm running it on my bow currently. So first thing, when I initially got the product, all we had was the stabilizer mount option. So running V-bars, we knew it was going to be a little bit different for me compared to the other archers running a single back bar. So as we were putting on my V-bars, I was struggling a little bit because obviously adding some weight to your system, you're going to have to rechange your bow and set it up to get it to aim. And so putting the weight on the stabilizer, I felt like I had to take too much weight off of one bar, and I was fighting trying to re-get the bow to aim. So first off, and the most important thing that I think you need to know, this is not a plug and play. If your bow is currently aiming well and you throw this on, the weight of it is obviously going to change how your bow's aiming no matter where you put it in the system. So if you're going to purchase one of these, you have to be willing to put in the time to test that and then reset your weights to get your bow to aim. So while we were playing with that, I decided I just don't think I'm gonna love it on my bars. At that point, we thought, what about the riser? So we got the riser mount, put it on the riser, and within 10 seconds, I knew like this is a game changer and this is way better for me than hours that I spent testing on the bars. So I put it down here on my riser, and the first thing I did was cut 2 ounces from each stabilizer. That was a quick, easy weight cut, kept my ratios pretty similar, and my bow started aiming really, really well. I ended up cutting an extra third or 2/3 off this back bar since I was running it off the right side of the bow, but it was pretty quick and easy for me to get it set up. So the reason that I hadn't given you feedback yet is because the first while I had it on my bow and I was testing, I was obviously still trying to re-get my bow to aim, get comfortable with that weight. But since I've done that and I've had it on the bow long enough, now I've been able to leave my bow how it is, leave the weights how they are, and simply play with the weights on the S.O.S. itself. Now initially, if I had made this video a month ago, I would have told you that the only thing I thought it did was help vibration. One thing that I still notice, because I'm running this wide V-bar system, it adds a lot of weakness into that setup. So I see a lot of vibration in my sight picture. Shoot an 8-power lens, and when I hit the back wall, I could see that in my scope. With the S.O.S. on the bow, the very first thing I noticed putting it on was that when I hit the back wall, that vibration was dead. So normally I'd have to wait about a second or two to start executing my shot. Once I put this on, it was just still and I could go right into execution. So it did cut down my shot timing a little bit, which in a tournament is very important. So first and foremost, that was the main thing that I saw. Since I've had it on my bow and I've been able to test the different weights, I can tell you that it actually changes the speed of my sight movement, it changes the pattern of my sight movement, and depending on certain settings, I will see a lot bigger movements versus a lot smaller movements. So I think there's a lot to this system that we are still going to be learning over the coming months and coming years. I will tell you I've tested it on multiple different bows and it's ended up with different weights on it with every different setup, which is telling me that I can absolutely feel and see the difference in my sight picture, and that I'm customizing it to that particular bow. So again, key takeaways, it's helping with the vibration in my setup, it's helping with my aiming, and like I said, playing with these weights, I can see it, some get worse and then some get much better. So you need to make sure you take the time to test that. And for me personally, it was riser mount or bust. So that's going to be different for everybody. I think the majority of people are actually still running it on their bars. This is all personal preference and you need to do what works best for you. So real quick, let me just show you what comes in the kit. So there's actually 2 different options. When you get this here, this is the mount and it's all finished and pretty, unlike the one on my bow right now. And so this one is going to come with 4 stiff wires. So there's actually 2 different options here, and you will see a difference in the system if you change this. So there's 4 stiff wires here, and then you get a second option, and this one actually has 2 stiff wires and 2 weak wires. And so this is another thing for you guys to work and play around with. I think depending on your shot style, the vibration in your bow, what your sight pattern movement looks like, you may find that you love this one over this one. Right now I am choosing to run the 4 stiff wires. For me, that seemed what worked best, but again, I know others that are running this. So all of this is going to come in this kit, as well as some extra weight and the riser mount if you want to mount that to your riser. So come by the Archery booth and check out the new S.O.S. I'm so excited. I've been running on my bow for a few months and I'm happy that I finally get to tell you guys about it. So if you have any questions, come by the booth. We do have them here for sale this weekend in Vegas, and I can't wait to see everybody. Good luck this weekend.